We do. We produce good food. We should be at the top of the heap. We shouldn't feel bad about being a farmer. You shouldn't feel bad about making money. I love this picture, and that's because I can look at that and go, wow. I've got diversity. You know why? Because the spider is the largest predator in that soil food web. If you see lots of spider webs in the morning on your pastures before the sun comes up, that's a real good sign. That's because those spiders are eating the aphids, any kind of little tiny moths that are flying around, anything, any kind of wing that gets in that spider, they're going to nail them. And the more predators you see like that, that means you've got more soil life. Okay? So learn to like spider webs. Learn to maximize your green solar blades. You don't have to buy them. You do have to use management to grow them though. And you can't do it with set stocking. It takes some fence and it does take some water development. But Ian really turned me around on my water. Folks, cows have 4 legs. You don't have to put water in every single paddock. Get your water out in the paddock, but then run your fences out to the water. Make the cow. Ian has cows that walk back 3 miles. I brag about ours going half a mile to a pond. He just laughs at me. He goes, well, in South Africa, he said, mine go 3 miles. I'm like, my cows would die if they had to walk 3 miles. They're that spoiled. But what he's saying is a lot of people spend a lot of money on water development, and you'd be a lot better off putting that money either in livestock or some fence. Fence harvests solar energy. Water does not. Fence. So if you're limited on your inputs, as far as having some money to spend, make sure you can control those animals. Put your money in fence first. Yeah, you got to have water. I'm not saying don't spend anything on water. You got to have some water.
Greg, we've got about 5 minutes.
Thank you. All right, keep going. Oh, yeah, how many tractors have calves? That's one of my quotes. Metal destroys wealth. It must eat grass. And that's why we're where we're at today. Go ahead. This is a farm we just leased. This is 2 years ago. That's the dead thatch that grew up. Folks, in my old days, I'd have thrown a match on that in a heartbeat. Because it had all that old nasty thatch. There was 50 years, nothing grazed that. A judge in Columbia owns that farm. I put the cattle in it. We trampled it. Because I wanted to feed the soil. See, once you throw a match to it, poof, you just burned up all your carbon. You could have fed some soil with that. You could have put that on the ground to capture some rainwater. Okay? That was a broom sedge field. We leased that farm today. It's just a beautiful grass field. There's a litter bank. That's a freshly trampled one. So the cattle trampled that on the ground and I moved them. Folks, that's pretty good feed. If I'd have left them there, they'd have ate every bit of that, but I didn't want them to eat it. Remember this. Learn, this is important, folks. So those of you who are taking notes, please write this down. For every grass blade that you trample on the ground, gives you 2 back. For every grass blade that you trample on the ground, gives you 2 back. If I gave Don, if he put $1 on the bank, he gives me $1, and at the end of the year I give him $1 back, plus he's still got his $1 in there. He gets 100% return. Is he going to give me another $1? Heck yeah, that's a pretty good return. Did y'all get 100% return on your dollars in the bank today? Nope. Learn, it's not wasted. If the grass is not grazed, it's not wasted. You're feeding the soil, and we believe that. Well, my God, I'm going to leave there. There's still some grass here. Well, yeah, but don't. You gotta leave some. You gotta leave some. It's not waste, okay? That's a riparian zone that used to be all bare. And we put the cattle in there. We grazed it like this across that and gave it a recovery period. And now we've got water flowing. It's healed the banks. I mean, it's all vegetated now, okay? There's Big Blue. You can go on. That's a new strip ready to graze. Go on. That's what it looked like. 12 hours with 100,000 pounds per acre on it. Go on. That's what it looked like close up. So that young man's holding that up at the cows trampled. And that's what came up 4 weeks later. The grass that the young man was holding is this stuff down here now. It's all dead. See, if you can break that grass off the ground and break the flow back to the root of the sap, it becomes litter. And all that stuff comes up. We did some non-weight cocktail species. I'm not real big on cocktails because I grow so much grass without it. That was the cost, $47 an acre for a 9-way species. Go on. That's what it looked like. So I drilled it right into my cool seasons. This is when the cool seasons were no longer growing, end of July. Go on. You can tell I'm not a crop farmer. Look at the skips in there. Okay, go on. It did fairly well. 6 weeks, no rain. Keep going. 8. Keep going. And there they are grazing. Okay? Keep going. Still grazing the covers. Go on. They're liking it. We have a lot of landowners that are deer hunters. Folks, I like to deer hunt. I've got landowners like to deer hunt. And so we're managing their farms to grow bigger deer. And a great story, Ian was there in the fall. The landowner killed a big one. He said, Ian, come and look at my deer. He pulled the deer out on the back of his truck and said, look. He said, I've really got good genetics. And Ian just laughed at him and said, son, he said, you don't have good genetics, you've got Greg and Jan's good grass. And he kind of thought about it and goes, by God, you're right. He said, I haven't changed anything. Why are they getting bigger? It's because of the way we're grazing. Healthy soil, healthy animals. You want a big old gut, you got to have someplace to put that grass. And folks, you can go out to your cow herd, if you're going to get into grass genetics, I heard a few people that were, if you can take a newspaper and hold it open, and set it under that cow and still read it, you got too much leg on your animals. You're never going to finish that animal on grass. Well, you will, but it'll be 4 years. You don't want to do that. You got to get the leg off them if you're going to do it on grass. Now, if you're feedlotting them, you got the long leg, that's fine. But you can't do it on grass. Go on. This is my neighbor. He decided to go back to cropping. He had it in grass. He plowed it all up, put it in soybeans. We got a 4-inch rain overnight. This is mine. This is coming off my grass field. Can you all tell a difference in the color of that water? I'm not getting his soil. Oh, that's coming onto my farm, by the way. I'm getting his dirt. He's losing his farm. Yep. That's the manure pile. I did that in 2008. We counted 462 earthworms in one manure pile in March. That's a lot of life. Okay? Hay, that is a big cost. My yearly animal cost, 80% of it is hay. We have learned to do winter stockpiling. Animals are healthier grazing. I did a school up in Toronto, and those guys up there are actually starting to graze later into the winter now. They grazed this last year, put up into January, which is unheard of. They grew something to graze. Folks, you can't winter stockpile grass that's this tall and expect cows to go through 3 foot of snow and get that. There's got to be enough feed in there for them to get a reward when they go down. Otherwise, they're going to expend too much energy fighting the snow to get a bite. There's got to be something there. Bare soil, bankruptcy. Kills all the life in the soil. You're destroying your organic matter. You ripped off nature's skin, and your soil is moving to your neighbors. There's nothing good about bare soil. Okay? That's what you want. You want the crumbles. When you pick up soil, it should be crumbly. It should look like vermiculite. There should be some of these guys crawling out on your fingers. Okay? Keep it simple. One herd. Increase your stock and density. In other words, put the animals in a little bit tighter, but move them more frequently. All right? I stopped fighting nature. That's what I was doing. I was fighting nature and going broke. Built my litter bank. I stopped worming. I only graze and cover plants, and I really focus on soil life. I want soil life. Yep. Multi-species. This is when we had the pigs with the sheep and the cattle. Now we do graze the pigs by themselves. Go on. They got to perform on grass alone. No crutches for the livestock. We're the predator. Go on. There's the piglets. We used to farrow. We don't do that anymore. We just buy feeder pigs. Go on. This is a hair sheep flock. in the spring, they're lambing. We lay them on pasture in the spring, there's no jugging. Well, you gotta write down what's important to you. Write down your quality of life. In other words, when you wake up in the morning, what really makes you tick? And if you're going to bring an operation onto your farm or another enterprise, make sure that it doesn't take away from that. Because if it takes you away from what you love, you're not going to be successful at it. If you love it, in the morning you wake up, it's not work, it's fun. But remember that you don't want to destroy your quality of life. Go ahead. Before you change something, what would happen before white man arrived with a firearm? In other words, how would nature settle this before I go out and spend all this money to try and fix it? Best way to predict the future is to create it. Okay? This is the definition of insanity. Do the same thing every year and expect a different result. And you got to stay focused on the grass, period. Stay focused on your grass. All this other stuff is noise. Eliminate inputs. And at the end of the day, make sure you're having fun. Okay? And I think it might hit it. It's 2:15. And do you want to come up here and say how we're going to do the farm walk and stuff? Thank you all.
Thanks, Greg. So I think we'll just get ready. We have some buses here that's going to commute us out to the 2 different sites that we're going to. And we'll have snacks and beverages for everybody in the field. We'd like you to go ahead and you can make your way out the north door here. Use the facilities and restrooms as you go out if need be. We do have a porta potty on site if that is necessary. Anything else? You can leave your little handouts here. It's going to be like a pasture walk scenario. So Greg will have a microphone out in the field to be able to talk. We'll have another one if producers have questions.
Those of y'all that have questions, just remember what those are. We can take those questions out of the house.
Yeah. Okay, and we have a mic so we can all hear what the question is and hear Greg's response as we walk around. But yeah, we're just going to go out and it'll be kind of a large group. We'll kind of be doing the high intensity thing with you guys. So it'll be good.